And welcome back to I Love EditorX. So in the last tutorial we learned how to create a search page to search inside your blog or actually any database. So if I search for Bob, I will get the posts that include Bob in the title. Alright, so now in the second part I want to give the user the ability to search from the header. Why? Because the header is basically exists in all pages, and it's more easier to the user to enter some value here, and when I click search I want to go directly to the search page and already get the results for my search in the master header. Alright, so let's do it. So first of all, we need to write our code in different code page, because search here, all the code here that we created for search page is suitable only for the search page, but we need something more general, because the search here is inside a master component inside the header that is the header is in every page. So for this we can use the master page code, and you can find it here in the page code below in the global. You see there is a tab that called global and master page. Alright, so let's think what we need to do. So first of all, if we are in the home page or basically any page, so when user puts some value here, we need to trigger here the button, the search button. Okay, so the search icon, sorry. So basically we need to select our I give it a special name. You can see master section button. So when we click on it, we need to do something, right? So let's generate a quick function. And basically what we need to do, we need to get the value inside the search input, right? So I can set const value equals to, let's select our master input. This is the master input, and we need his value. This is the value. Great. Now if you remember, we need to search only if there is a value here. Okay, so what we can do, we can check if value length is bigger than 0, then do something, right? So what we want to do, basically we need to go from, if I search Bob, I need to click the search button, and then I need to go to the search posts, because this is the page that display all our queries. So, and if I search for Bob, I need to already see here Bob and get results for Bob, right? So this is what I need to do. So we need to redirect to the search page. For this service, I need to import this service, and it's called import. I need Wix location. So let's find it here. This is the location. So, and what we want to do, basically we want to call Wix location to, we want to go to specific page, and this page is the search page. Okay, so this dash is referred to an inner page. We have our URL, and this is /search. Alright, but we need to give some information to this page so he know what to search for. So let's see how Google does it, and let's do it like the pros. So if I search for Bob in Google, you can see here I have google.com and then search, this is search page, question, Q, this is shortcut for query, okay, and query equals to Bob. Alright, so let's do it the same. So basically we need to go to search and the Q will be Bob. So let's copy this one and paste it here. Alright, but Bob is specific, right? So instead of Bob, we need to make it a dynamic value, right? So I need to warp it with a backtick, and then I need to pass here the value, the input value, okay? So let's see what happened. Let's publish the site and let's go to the home and let's refresh it. And when I search here for Bob and click search, you can see I go to search page and I have some query params here. I search for Bob, but nothing's happened right here, right? So we need to add some functionality to our search page. So let's go to the search page. And what we need to do when we launch the page, we need to get this value. How we can get this value? There is an API for it inside the location. So let's search for it, location. We need to get these query params. Okay, so here we are in the location and I can search here for query params. Okay, so this is not it's the query. So alright, so I can see here that here we have an example for species, African elephant. Okay, so let's copy this one and I will delete this code, and let's say we're missing the import of the Wix location. So let's import it. Import Wix location. Alright, so this one is hold our query. So let's log it and see what we get. So console log query. Alright, let's publish the site and you can see we have here Bob, Q equals Bob, and here you can see that I get it as an object that the Q key equals to Bob value. Alright, but if I have nothing here, I get an empty object. Okay, so I need to check if, so let's see, so const there is query equals to Q in query, right? So this is our condition. So I can ask now if there is a query, so I need to search and get this post, right? So let's search for the function that gets the post for me, and I can see here get posts, and it needs to get the search value, Alright, so I can call here search go get the post, but I can see here that all this function do is find the post and it return it somewhere. It return it here. So we can change a bit our function, and we need to break this one to we need to cancel the return here, and instead of return the queries, we need to call this function inside after we get the results. so we call it directly from here. So items, and here we also results items length. This is the update title, and this is to update the repeater with all the data. So all we need to do, we need to clean it and only call here get post, and then we can reuse this function right here. All right, and this function should get the query. So what is the query? Is query dot query.q, sorry. All right, so let's see if it works. So basically what should happen now, when we are launching the page, we're getting the location query, this one qbob here, for example, and then I check if there is a query. So in our this case we have a query, and this case we don't have a query. So if we have a query, go and get the post. And what get post does, it is searching in our blog post, checked if the title is contain our search value, and then finally it goes and get our results, our post, update the repeater with the query results, and also update the title. Here below we have the red title with the length of how much results we got. So let's publish it and see if it's work. So yeah, I have a query with Bob and I get 3 items. So let's change it manually to 2020, and we got 2 items. Okay, so this one is working, and that means that if I go to the home page and search here for 2020 and click here, this value should add to our query, to our URL, and everything should work. So let's click on it. This is happened, and we are going inside the page, and we have our results and the right query. So what we are missing here, we need to add this query value right here. It should say 2020 already, right? So let's do it. So what we need to do, after we get the query, let's create another function. Let's call it very simple function, update search input value. All right, so all we need to do, this function should get the path, the URL path query, or simply value, and we need to get these items, this search input. Let's select it, and we are saying your value equals to path value. Alright, so where we can call this function after we get the query, right? And it's right here. So the check is good for us, we need it. So after we get post, let's update our title, and let's see, we need to pass it also the query itself, and let's see if it works. So let's refresh the page, and now we should get here 2020. It's happening. So if I change it to Bob, it's working. Great. But now what happened if I search here and not here? If I search here, it's working. Okay, if I search for M, I get 15 results. But what happened if I search here? You remember what this input, what this click does? It says I'm going to the search page and update with the relevant query. So let's see what happens if I search for Bob. Let's click search, and you can see that the URL is updated but our query is not. Why? Basically because you said go to this page, but we are already in this page. So the only thing it does is updating the query. So what we need to do to make sure that if the user click here, it also, inside the search page, it also update this content. So let's search our API. I can see that I have here a function that call onChange. Okay, so let's see what it does. Add an event handler that run when application page URL is changing. Okay, so it sounds very useful for us. So we can add another function here already and said Wix location onChange. When you are changed, what we want to do, we want to get posts, right? To do it, again. So I think we should build it a bit different. So let's create a generic function that get the URL query. Okay, so let's call it function get a URL query. All right, so this function get nothing. What it does, it's basically check this one. Okay, so if I paste it here, I can call it already right here once when we are getting inside the page, and also I can call it again here when the window location is changed. And now my code is much cleaner, right? There is a one function that handle both cases. All right, so let's see if it works. So let's refresh it, and now we search for Bob, and now if I search here for 2020, you can see it's updating my content. If I search here for Bob, everything is work, but you can see that this value is still there. So I want, when I enter here a value, when I search from here, I need to clean this one because it's not looking very good, right? So let's create another function that's called you know what, we don't need a function for it, we can just make it clean. So when we can call it, basically every time we are searching here, right? How can I trigger it? Okay, basically every time we are going to get post, we need to clean it, I think. No, but it's relevant only to this value. So I can call here on click. So let's call, let me think. Yeah, I think this is a good place. So let's call master input value value equals to empty string. Okay, let's see. So let's search for Bob, and now here let's search for 2020, and it's clean our master input. Okay, so you can see that I have to click here to actually search, but I want also, when I click enter in my keyboard, to search. I don't want to directly click right here. Okay, so we need to find this event. So let's search for keyboard, and we got keyboard events. All right, so let's see the type, the key. Let's see the key. Okay, here we can see get string presenting the key that was passed, and I can see here enter. And here I have an example that says some element on key press, and I can get the event key, which for us we need to get the enter. All right, so all we need to search that if we have an event on key press for this input. So let's search here, and I can see here, right here on key press. So let's click this one, and it generates a quick function for me. And now I can set if event key is equals to, I think because I deleted the, I need to check something, because I delete this one, it's not autocomplete for me, my event option. So let's see if I'm right. So if event, event key is equal to enter, only then do something. What we want to do, we want to get posts, right? Where is this function? This function, get posts. And what value I can pass here? I can pass this search input, or maybe event context. No, you know what, let's do it simple. Okay, I can say simply I can pass the value of this input. All right, let's see if it works. So you can't see what I'm doing, but you have to believe me because I will click enter. So let's search for 2020, and I, instead of click here, I will click enter, and it's working. And also I need to edit here, right here. So let's do the same. I will copy this one and go to the master page, and here I will add an event. Oh, we have already this event. So if value length is bigger than 0, so do it. And also I can say if you just need to copy this one, get posts. I don't need get posts, but I need to go to the search page, right? So let's search it, and let's go to the home page and refresh our browser, our site, and let's search here for Bob. And I'm not clicking here, I click enter. Click enter, it's not working. Let's refresh again, and let's search for Bob. Click enter, it's not working. Why it's not working? Oh, because this is on click. This is not good. So let's cancel our change. All right, so I didn't add the on key press. Okay, my mistake. Let's add it here, and simply we need Wix location 2. The master input value. All right, let's see, let's refresh again, and let's search for Bob, and I will click enter, and it's working. Perfect. All right, so I hope you enjoy it. and give it a try. Let me know in the comment if it works for you or not. And also, I want to say what we are going to learn in the next part, the third part of the search, the custom search. So what I want to do, basically, I want to, when someone would start to search for Bob here, there will be some drop down here, and it's already displaying the Bob result, the post results here. And maybe we will limit it to only 3 results, and then just for performance. So let's say we need to get 3 posts, and then to display see all results if there is more than 3, and then it will go to the search page. So till next time, keep creating an amazing sites on EditorX, and please share with me if you have something interesting, and see you later.